Of course I'm late. Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Hansi Flick calls Leroy Sane. At this point, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Bayern Munich, illegal conduct, as the City fans would say. Bayern Munich, illegal conduct. I mean, come on. This is the fantastic news that I want to hear. I really like hearing this. So apparently Hansi Flick had a 30-minute phone call with Leroy Sane. I imagine the call went something like this. Hey, Leroy, do you want to come to... Yes, get me out of this Manchester Monopoly Money City. I hate this place. Yes, Leroy, I'll get you on the plane in the summer transfer window. That's exactly what Hansi Flick told Leroy Sane, okay? Sane's coming to Bayern Munich. No one can tell me anything now. We're calling him now. They're calling him, talking future plans, right? Man City is irrelevant. If you're a City fan, you might as well just kill yourself. Because I'm not the one saying it. I'm just something that you should do. I just don't like City fans. But look, Sane is coming to Bayern Munich. It's whatever anyone's saying. Leroy. He's going to be a Bayern Munich player. There's nothing you could say or do about it. There's just absolutely no doubt over this transfer whatsoever freaking ever. And that's the thing, isn't it? There's just none. And everyone loves these, so I have to do them. I have to do it, man. Everyone seems to really like these. Okay? People really like these. People really like these. People really freaking like this. Leroy Sane, Bayern Munich player, 2021. What is Sane's ability? Key passes, finishing, dribbling, passing, aerial duels. His weakness, defensive contribution. He doesn't care about Man City. He's not a passionate City fan. That's Leroy Sane for you. 24 years old. He's gonna cost us 70 million. Sane, yes! I'm telling you, this guy's gonna be an absolute world beater at this club. I saw on one outlet saying Upamecano is off to Bayern. He's staying. I'll talk about that in a separate video, but I do want to talk about that Upamecano thing. I was gonna talk about it now, but I feel like that deserves its own video. The Upamecano story is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. How can all these sources say this, and then Sky, the most reliable source ever, yes, he's not happening. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'll talk about that. I won't talk about it now. I'll talk about it in a video coming out later. But Sane is basically a done deal. It's gonna happen. As much as I would love to believe that somehow this club can mess it up, there's no way. There's actually no way we can mess up Leroy Sane at this point. There's no way. Is Sane actually coming to Bayern? He is. Hansi Flick held the phone call with him. Sane's agent has openly, in a press conference, said Sane is extremely focused on Bayern Munich. And it's just happening. Last summer, we should have signed him, and then he picked up the injury, which I still believe it's Bayern's fault. You know, we shouldn't have allowed City play him in that game, and we should have made Sane somehow say to City, no, I don't want to play. And Sane would have been a Bayern player, and we would have probably been way better because of it. But it didn't happen, and Sane is going to come to Bayern. But actually, this is a good thing that we didn't sign him, because now he's going to be way cheaper. City might want Alaba as part of the deal because they need a left back. Well, City aren't getting Alaba. This is a situation where Sane has 1 year left on his contract. He can come on a free next year. Obviously, City will want to get the money. Also, the world situation, he's going to be cheaper. Sane is going to cost around 70 million instead of 100. He was going to cost 130 million last summer. He's going to cost almost half of that. Sane is going to cost that much, man. Leroy, as much as he's gonna cost us pennies this time around, and maybe having him last year would have been good, but this year, I mean, come on, he's gonna cost literally peanuts. Sane costing 70 million is a steal. Even 80 million is a steal, because Sane's proven he's already world class when he's playing. So I'm glad. Alaba Alaba doesn't want to join City. I think Alaba's probably, if he's going to move, more likely to move to Spain if anything else. So I don't think Alaba will be included in the deal. But even if he's not, if Alaba's included in the deal, it's just going to be a player swap. It's going to be Sane for Alaba, Alaba for Sane. That's all it's going to be if that's the case. But I don't think that we'd actually go ahead and give Alaba to City and pay a little bit of money, because Alaba and Sane have the same worth, in my opinion. I'd love to see James back on Bayern, because his first season he was a god. James was a decent signing, but I wouldn't like to see him here. James had an opportunity to say yes, and we would have signed him for 40 million. But instead, he wanted to go play and do bench at Real Madrid, and he's enjoying that because his career has died after leaving Bayern in last season. James Rodriguez, brilliant player, but I just don't want him here. But this Leroy Sane thing, I'm just happy that we're getting like actual steps. I'm starting to see that, okay, this is becoming extremely real. I've said it. I said it last year when we were linked to him. We're going to sign Leroy Sane. What player? What German player especially? Now, I'm not saying it's something to... But seriously, what German player hearing Bayern Munich or linked with them will say, I don't know about Bayern. But they'll want to come to Bayern. Imagine, you'll play for one of the biggest clubs in the world. You'll be with your friends and family. It's just fantastic. And you're playing in front of 70,000 fans. You're playing in every single competition. Sane also visualizes winning the Champions League with us. Hey, guys, would we not win the Champions League at least 5 times this decade if we had the team that I want? Like, legit, we should have won the Champions. We should have been the dominant team in the last decade. Think about it. We dominated from 2010 to 2013, then hired Pep Guardiola, who took us down. And, now... this is if we can capitalize on growing this decade and become the first team to really, get on the regrowth and just build quickly, we could be the next team that dominates for the next few decades. Royce didn't want to go to Bayern. He was loyal. So that's one gig. We weren't really in for Royce though. Like, Royce didn't leave Dortmund in general. He didn't leave Dortmund for Bayern. It's not like we were in for him. Yeah, Royce wanted to join Bayern. Now, I don't think we were in for Royce. That's the thing. We didn't want Marco Royce. James isn't getting playing time. Do you think he would go to the MLS? Because no, he's not. James Rodriguez is 28 years old. I don't care if he's not a player I want here. He could still end up at a top level club. James isn't going to the MLS. We've seen that Sane news over and over and over again. Well, look, here's the thing. Sane was injured. We should have signed Sane before that injury, but we didn't because our board was slow. I remember a quote from Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, and he said, "I am relaxed." That's the mentality we go into transfer sometimes. So we were relaxed, and what ended up happening is Sane got an injury, which then hindered our interest. We signed Coutinho and Perisic. I think Sane would have been signed alongside another winger that was, we were going to sign two wingers, right? Because we had our defense sorted out. We were going to sign two wingers. And what happened was we prioritized Sane, and then we didn't really make contact with that other winger. I don't know who that other winger was, but we prioritized Sane, and then Sane got an injury, and then we panicked, and we got Coutinho and Perisic. We panicked, loaned players. So where's Marco? Marco was supposed to be on the transfer talk, but Marco is he's busy. He's busy. I'm glad you're not a Pepista. Well, I'm not. I'm clearly not. I don't respect Pep for what he did to Bayern. We were so close to it, just never there. So I'm happy he's gonna join us. I'm happy too. But what I'm saying is, like, the issue with this Sane thing is, like, we should have signed him, and then we panicked and got Perisic and Coutinho, and now we're stuck with Perisic. Well, we're not stuck. They're actually our lone players. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but we should have signed Sane. So now that, it's our fault that we don't have Sane. It's not Sane's fault. Sane took 2 weeks, decided, you know what? I'm open to a move. Sane gave us the green light. I think we agreed to personal terms with Sane, and then what ended up happening? He got an injury because we didn't ask Sane to ask City to play him. Coming to Newcastle was a dream. Yes, I would love to play for Newcastle as a footballer. Really? This is what you're good at? This is what you want to do to me? How would you want to ruin me? Don't City have Zinchenko and Mendy at left back? That's a good point. How much can we get Sane for? So the thing is, there's a lot of different people giving different prices and values, but I think Sane is gonna cost us maybe 70 million. That's the thing. I think Sane is, because of the, think about it. The world, City have a year to sort out Sane's contract, but I don't think he'll sign a new contract. Sane will be 25. He can leave for free. Right, Sane's 24 right now. He'll be 25. He can leave for free. He has a year left on his contract. That automatic. Last season, it was 2 years left in his contract. Now it's a year. So City have to sort out his contract, but they have to let him go. That's the thing. They'll have to let him go. They're also in this situation with financial fair play. Selling a player for 70 million wouldn't be so bad for them to make their case against UEFA. I don't know. So City will have to sell Sane for around 70 million. I don't see him going for 90 million or 100 million because City aren't in that position anymore. City aren't the ones that need to buy and sell. They are the ones that need to sell now. But last summer, City didn't care what happened to Sane because they were playing well without him anyways. I mean, he was playing not as much though. But I don't know. Why would City want a left back? They don't. That was just it's just, I don't know. It's just not gonna happen. But I don't think this 100 million transfers are gonna happen anymore. I mean, I'm even hearing that Sancho might go for around 87 million for Man United, which is stupid. I don't know. That's stupidly low. I would hate Dortmund even more for selling a player of Sancho's quality for 87 million, man. 87 million is the stupidest price. If Dortmund, I swear, if they sell Sancho for that low price, please, City don't have Champions League football. Yeah, we can offer Sane that. Well, I mean, Leroy has already basically said Bayern Munich is the place I want. His agent said Bayern Munich is the place he envisions winning the Champions League there. Like, that's his dream. If Sane's dream is to win the Champions League, then imagine we win the Champions League this year. I'm telling you, we're going to be able to tell all these players we want that we won the Champions League, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again and again and again. Last decade, like I keep saying, should have been our decade. We should have owned that decade. We should have never let Real Madrid take control of that. Real Madrid, 2012, buy Cristiano Ronaldo, and I don't know who else they bought. But they just decided to splash the cash and get back to the top. Hired Mourinho as manager, and they took everything from us, man. Last decade was our decade. We had so many opportunities, especially under Pep. It's all Pep, man. He did this. He did this to our club. The reason why we're having to rebuild now is because of Pep. I don't care. I blame Pep. Okay? Pep Guardiola came here to this club, and we didn't look dominant. Yes, we had possession, 70%, 60% possession in some matches. We dominated the ball, right? But we never were able to get the important results. We just never did it. And that's my problem with Pep. I don't care if you won the double. You're ultimately judged as a manager in the toughest competition, and he bottled it. I blame Pep. The fact that we had Atletico Madrid, Pep can't win the Champions League without Messi. I mean, he hasn't won one since he left Barcelona. I think he's only won 2. That's a lot, but he hasn't done it here at Bayern. I don't rate Pep highly. Pep isn't some world beater. Pep Guardiola ruined this club, and we didn't win the Champions League. And now we have a shot at it this year. And the world just wants to create a virus to piss me off. We have a chance at the Champions League this year. That's ultimately how you become an elite club, winning the elite trophy. Yes, we can win the league. We could win the DFB Cup every few years, right? That's completely fine. That's always a good thing. But what you're ultimately rated on as a Bayern Munich manager and coach is the Champions League. Are you lifting that trophy, the most important trophy? And if you're going to consider yourself, we consider ourselves the best club in the world, right? Best in the world. We all say it. I think everyone says that about their club. We're the best in the world. But really, Real Madrid is the best club in the world. I mean, they're the biggest club in the world, but also best. They run their club like a real G. Real Madrid will have a goalkeeper that's crap, and they just sell him. Like, Real Madrid did some sketchy things like sell, they just get rid of Cristiano, and then start rebuilding. They don't want to keep this sentimentalism. And that's why I rate Real Madrid. And that's what I think Bayern should be doing now. Quit the sentimentalism of, this player has been a servant. Get rid of Boateng. Get rid of these players that are holding the club back. Because ultimately, it's all about the club. It's not about individuals. It's not about the players. It's about the club. I feel like if Bastian Schweinsteiger didn't leave for Manchester United, he would still be at this club, man. I actually feel like that. If Bastian didn't actually just leave on his own accord, and he would still be, if he wanted to stay, we would still have a 35-year-old Bastian Schweinsteiger in the team because we're trying to be lovely to him, right? He's a legend of the game. We should have sold Bastian. Well, we did. He did leave, but get Bastian, get players like Boateng. What, you want Boateng to stay here for another 4 years? Is that what you want? Because he'll be 35. It's not too old, right? But no, that's not Bayern Munich. That's not a level. Look at Modric. Modric won the Ballon d'Or 2 years ago. Real Madrid are letting him go for free because he's 32. That's a level of, ruthlessness that we need. And to sign players like Sane, you have to have that. Do you rate a player called Batista Santa Maria? I don't know who that is. But I'm saying, we need this ruthlessness that we've had with the club. The reason we didn't dominate last decade is all because of Pep. I put it down to Pep. He took literally one of the best sides in history and just ruined it, man. He ruined everything. He just didn't utilize anyone fully. He didn't utilize, we played beautiful football, so that should excuse the fact that we were crap in the most important competition, which is the Champions League, right? You're not rated by the league or the DFB Pokal. You're not rated by the Premier League you win. Pep can win 20 Premier Leagues. If he doesn't win a Champions League, no one's going to care in 5 years' time. No one's going to care because the league happens every single year in the exact same form. The Champions League is prestige because it's so important. I don't know, man. So this whole notion with Pep, that's why I'm just not into it, right? And that's why I think if we win the Champions League this decade, any single player we want, if we want Mbappe in 2024, we can get Mbappe in 2024 if you win the Champions League now. And 2022, we'll have the Champions League final in our stadium. Legit, we have to be in that final. I don't care if we don't win. Oh, hell no. God forbid we lose that final again in our own stadium. That's not happening at all. 2012, lost in our own stadium. You think 10 years later we would do the exact same? Shut up. Shut the hell up. We have to win the 2022 final. That's redemption. That's the ultimate redemption. This year, though, 10 years ago, this time, we were in the Champions League semifinals against Man United, I think. And we got to the final against Inter Milan against Jose Mourinho. Can we do that again and win it this time? I don't care if we get in the final next year, but can we get it in 2022 and win it in our stadium that time? Is it at Wembley? Is it the same? Nah, but seriously, we have to. We have to go to the Champions League final this year. We have to. God damn it. We have to. There's just no way. If we don't win the Champions League this year, we're never going to win it again. This is our year. I said it last year, Champions League was open. Now it's open again. It's our year. So, legit, I'm just tired. Sane's going to come to Bayern Munich. He's going to be a player that adds quality to our team. Hansi Flick has had a phone call with Sane. I bet they said, yes, we're both interested. And they talked about how they're going to work with each other. And that's what I want from my manager. Talk about what the players you want and how they're going to fit in your team. Who do you want to get, PSG or Man City? The hardest team there is PSG. I don't think City's as hard as people make it. People think City is this unbreakable. They have lost 7 games or something in the Premier League. City aren't good defensively. Their midfield still hasn't gelled to what it is, what it used to be. City aren't the team they are. They're 25 points behind Liverpool now. So City will get slapped up by us. When do you think Sane's going to get announced? It better be the first day of the transfer window because I'm tired of hearing Leroy Sane's name. If I have to make another video, I said it last video. If I had to make another video on Sane, I would delete the channel. Well, if we don't sign Sane, that's what I said. If we don't sign Leroy Sane, I'll delete this channel. That's how much faith I have in our board to sign this, to get this player. But I shouldn't have faith in our board because we don't do deals. Let's get to 10 likes. So I think Sane is going to be announced. I think we've pretty much gotten the personal terms figured out. I hope that's happened, by the way. We should have gotten the personal terms figured out. So I think the first day of the transfer window, bang, Sane. We announce him. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be, maybe we sign him now and announce him in the transfer. I don't know. but it's gonna cost us 70 million, and I am perfectly fine with that. If City want Tolisso or something to add in there, and we pay 30 million for us, hell yes, that would be superb and amazing. So I mean, it's gonna be worth it. Sane 70 million is a freaking steal. And I'll talk about Upamecano in a video I'll make later on today, because I really need to talk about it. I'll talk about Upa later on. I have a separate thing I need to just say. I think I'll let my heart come out. But yeah, Sane is a Bayern Munich player. I'm considering him now as a Bayern Munich player. Every time I refer to Sane, I'm referring to our left winger. Of course, he's injured. That's why he hasn't played for us yet. 1 year that I await Sane. It is time that he comes. Well, you can blame our board. Like I said, we were the ones who were too relaxed to sign Sane on time, right? We were the ones this is the reason why Sane isn't a Bayern Munich player, is because of our board. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, as much as I love the guy, said he was relaxed when asked about signing Sane and transfers. He was relaxed. The situation at Bayern was, we had Sane as our number one priority, and then we were going to sign another winger. We weren't supposed to. That's why we signed Coutinho and Perisic, because we were supposed to sign two wingers, and Sane was the number one priority. And what ended up happening now was that because we focused so much on Sane, we didn't focus on the other winger we were supposed to go get. And I don't know who that was. Maybe that was Callum Hudson-Odoi. I don't freaking know. Maybe it was I don't know. We had a few options. You remember when we linked to Callum Hudson-Odoi and Sane at the same time? We were supposed to sign two wingers last summer, but Sane was the focus, and because of that, we ended up not signing Sane, and now look at us. And then Sane got an injury. We couldn't sign him in January because it was too late. What's up, Araman Singh? We couldn't sign Sane in January or in the summer, and now this summer is our last chance at it. But we could let Sane run down his contract. But City are a big club, you know. As much as I don't like City, they're still not going to let a player of Sane's quality play games knowing he'll leave for free. They'll just sit him on the bench. They don't care. They have the money to just pay him still, you know. City's bench is, you know, just it's freaking amazing. So yeah, I don't see Sane leaving on a free for City. So we're gonna pay the 70 million. And I want to check Sane's injury history. A lot of people told me Sane's injury prone. No, he's not. He got one big major injury this year, which he shouldn't have gotten if we just asked City not to play him, which I don't think we did. But Sane's only had 6 injuries in his life, and one major one. He's missed a few games here and there, right? But he's not an injury-prone player, man. He's had a few injuries, and that's it. That's exactly the type of player we need right now. His longest injury now is 206 days. He's back, right? This virus has helped Sane because he's stayed out, right? That's cool. He's actually not played, which is good for him because it doesn't mean he'll, you know, maybe relapse the injury, but it's good. His longest second injury is 45 days, and that's it. You know, less than 2 months. So I'm happy. Sane isn't injury prone. Excitement levels high. Yeah, I'm excited too. Let's get to 15 likes. I'm excited too. We're playing. Sane will raise a lot of shirt sales if we sign him. Yeah, that's true. You know, people don't realize that though. A lot of people will think, why would you sign a player like Jesse Lingard? I know it sounds dumb. I know I just said we could sign Jesse Lingard, but why not? The guy has all these followers. You could legitimately just sell a bunch of shirts. Buy him for 20 million or 15 million, whatever it is, and you just sell shirts. That's why Man United keep him. You just sell shirts. Just by having players like that. But on Sane, though, he will sell shirts. I don't think we can get Sane under 80 million. City would be dumb to sell him under as well. Well, Volkan, you would be wrong because Sane has a year left in his contract. Sane hasn't played for literally months now, like 6-7 months now. He hasn't played a single game of football. Sane has been injured for a long time, right? What logic is there for City to sell a player? Sane was valued at around 120 million last summer. His value, because of the world crisis, has to have gone down. City lost money, so did Bayern Munich. So his value has to have gone down. It's going to be 70 million. I don't see how he goes over 80 million. I don't see it. I don't see it because it doesn't make any sense. Even Jadon Sancho at Dortmund, Dortmund are valuing him at 87 million pounds or 100 million euros, which is dumb because I was thinking Dortmund don't need to sell. Just give him 130 million euros. Give Man United the hardest freaking buy they ever get. But it's not how it works, man. Football is a capitalist game. It's an economy game. It reflects the world economy. And the world economy isn't very good right now. So Sane would cost significantly less than he would have last summer. And City are not in a great position. Man City have a player with a year left in his contract who wants to leave. Remember, he wants to leave publicly. We have our manager calling him. Sane is going to cost us 70 million. Even less, man. When you have people with good football knowledge saying Sane could cost 50 million, they're not joking. I thought they were joking, but it doesn't make sense for Sane to cost 100 million because he hasn't played for almost a year now. And guess what? The world crisis has put all values of players down, and at the same time, Sane's been injured. You don't know if he'll come back. He has a year left in his contract. Like I said, it's going to go down. It's going to cost less. Kingo, City are not in the CL. Need money for financial fair play. That's another thing. Sane has 1 year plus COVID-19. My guess, 60 million euros. It could be 60 million, but 70 million is just safe. Just safe for me. Sane will be good because then we don't have to rely on Gnabry and Lewa. Actually, I read something, right? Bayern Munich, our expected goals has gone up, right, since Niko Kovac. But not only for just certain players. It's gone up for the entire squad. That means that Lewandowski is scoring, but also be sharing the goals and contributions with Gnabry, with Muller. So we have goal scorers all over the place. Sane would be adding that. He would alleviate pressure off Lewandowski. You know what's crazy? Lewa has actually been creating more chances this season, or the last 2 seasons, than he ever has in his career. Yet he's been scoring more goals. It's very crazy. So with Sane, he'll be creating chances for a quality winger, and he'll also have a quality winger, 2 quality wingers, and he'll also have Thomas Muller right there. Coman will lose a lot of game time next year. Who cares? He loses a lot anyway. He misses 60% of the season due to injury. We don't give a crap. Imagine our front 3 next year: Sane, Lewa, Gnabry, and Muller behind them. What about Havertz too, man? Havertz could also be a player that was valued at 120 million. Bayer Leverkusen aren't Bayern. They're not making millions of... Bayern Munich are turning in hundreds of millions of dollars. We are one of the richest clubs in the world. Bayer Leverkusen are not in that conversation. They're losing money too. And that's why the league is being pushed to return, because these clubs are losing actual money. So I honestly don't want Sane. You didn't want Sane. Why? Who would you want instead? Why? Why wouldn't you want Sane? By the way, everyone, we're 238 subscribers. Thank you all so much for that. We're trying to push for 240 and get to 300, which is going to be amazing. So share the content if you haven't already. I usually shout out. Has anyone noticed? 28 minutes into streaming, I shout out the channel. People, you have to notice these things. Coman has 3 good he does have those. He'll come. The thing with Gnabry and Coman is different, right? Gnabry's always in form. He just gets a knock. He'll get a knock, and the a few weeks later, he comes off the bench, scores, he's back in form, back in the team. That's fine, as long as it's not for 5 months. Coman's thing is, he'll play a few games, be crap, and then get an injury, which makes it very hard to like the guy and to give him a safe injury back, and then he'll be crap. So that's my issue. Our back 4, Davies, Zula, Upa, Pavad. Yeah, I'll talk about Upamecano later and the news surrounding him. I'll make a separate video on that and upload it right after this. I really want to talk about it separately because I don't want to crowd everyone's already focused on Sane right now. We're all looking into Leroy Sane, so I don't want to change the topic because I want to talk about Upamecano, but I have a few things I just want to say about these stupid journalists that think they can just spread out any news they want. So yeah, our team is going to look very, very good. I would probably take Pavard and put someone, good there. Dybala to Bayern, it's not happening, Ray. It's just not. These are links that obviously, as a Bayern fan, you all loved. We loved getting linked to Messi. I would have loved Bayern to spend the 80 million on Cristiano Ronaldo. Is it just me? I would have loved us to buy Ronaldo. I love us to getting linked to these ballers. But the thing is, we're not signing them. We're not gonna sign Dybala. He's a Juventus player. That's Juventus are just as stingy as the big teams in terms of not letting their players go. He gets injured a lot, and like people were saying, he's gonna have a lot of pressure this season, which is gonna get to his head and mess him up. But hopefully he plays good. Sane doesn't get injured a lot. This is his first major injury in his career. Leroy Sane has gotten 6 injuries in his career. This is his biggest injury, which is crazy. Every player has a big injury, right? Even Messi's had an injury. Neuer's had an injury. Was he crap after? No. Sane's, had missed only before this injury. His longest where it was out was 5 games. Like, he was out for 5 games, 45 days. That's it. Sane's been injured 6 times in his career. He's not injury prone, right? Coman has been injured at least 20 times at Bayern Munich. Like, it's crazy. So that's the difference between injury prone and just having an injury. So that's the difference. Coutinho replacement. We're not replacing Coutinho. Sane would be the Coutinho replacement, but I don't get it. He was talking about Coman. No, he was talking about Sane. He said he didn't want Sane. So I'm guessing the comment was related to Sane. Jeez, Vulcan, we need Sane. Except for Gnabry, we have no wingers that is effective in front of goal. Coman can't even get a decent cross in sometimes. Yeah, Kingsley Coman has to be sold. I can't stand that guy. I don't like footballers that can't stay fit. It's your damn job. You should be staying fit. Oh, you were talking about Coman? My bad then. But yeah, you're right. We need Sane. That's the thing. We just want him. We don't just want him. We need a winger. We need to buy a world-class winger. So who's the next world-class winger? Mane? Well, he's old and he's also just not going to come here. What do you think of Klose as an assistant manager? I don't know much about the youth and what he's doing there. I just don't watch a lot of youth with Bayern. I don't watch the women. Actually, I watch more of the women's team than I've ever watched a youth game. I used to really care. I was like, wow, this young player is good. And then they'll have a first team appearance and they look crap. They look crap. So youth football just doesn't interest me anymore. What shirt number would you get? Number 10? Like, he's the only player I'd give my favorite player in history's number 2, Ian Robin. Like, I'm giving that 10 to Sane. He deserves that 10. And he plays he doesn't play like a 10. He doesn't play like a 10, but I would give the number 10 to Sane. He would fit that number excellently. And who would get 7? I was thinking Havertz if we signed him. We were talking about this yesterday. Havertz would probably get the number to 11. Wait, Kusan, why do we have this? Why does Javi Martinez wear the number 8? Like, we're not Serie A. We don't have goalkeepers wearing the number 11. It doesn't happen. Chat prefix. Upamecano will not join Bayern Munich. I'll talk about that in a separate video after this one. That's a stupid thing to say because you have L'Equipe from France. Build one of the most reliable Bayern sources with a reputation to uphold, and you think they would just say, sorry, Upamecano is joining Bayern just for no reason, and then this one source that's usually not reliable, that's usually not trustworthy, says it. So we're talking about Sane, aren't we? And the shirt numbers we'd give him. So yeah, I'd give Sane the number 10. But why does Cousins have the number 11? Why does Javi Martinez have the number 8? It doesn't make any sense. I would love to get Havertz. I wouldn't. I know it sounds weird, but we have Thomas Muller. He's still in the prime of his career, and I wouldn't mind. What?
Open the door, please.
I wouldn't mind getting Havertz. So, because Sky Sports says RB Leipzig will renew his contract. Sky Sports are okay. All right, let me get this straight. So, you have all these sources coming out and saying, "Oh, this player isn't going to go here. This player doesn't want to renew his contract. This player wants to move to Bayern Munich." And then now you have this one source saying he'll renew his contract. Where does his renew contract come from? There's no way Hakimi is coming to Bayern. Just forget it. He's going back to Real Madrid. That doesn't make any sense. Because, here, think about it. Real Madrid, according to very trustworthy Spanish sources, plan to use Hakimi as Carvajal's backup. They plan to sell Odriozola, right? That means Hakimi would be a backup. Hakimi right now is one of the best right backs in the world. So is Dani Carvajal in a way. As much as people don't rate him, Carvajal has won 3 Champions League titles with Real Madrid. Zidane also has a track record of not playing young players ahead of his older, more experienced players. So do you think Zidane is going to play Hakimi over Carvajal? So that would mean that Bayern would have an opportunity to sign Hakimi, which is why we're linked to him a little bit. It's just softer links. It's not really strong, but I think when the window hits and Hakimi's back at Real Madrid, goddamn. Yeah, my sister wants me to open the door. She knows I'm streaming. Why is she knocking my door? I don't know. I don't understand that. I lock the door when I'm streaming for a reason. You know, I just don't understand it. So, open the door. Yeah, so like I'm saying, because of the fact that Real Madrid, the situation they're in now, there's just no way, man. There's no way you're telling me Juventus are linked to Hakimi. Like, it looks like Juve might even snatch up Hakimi. There's so many things that are, you know, with this Hakimi thing. I don't think you can say he's staying at Real Madrid. Even, like, oh, man. God dang, man. The players, he's Real Madrid's academy. But so was Toni Kroos for us. He left because he wasn't getting the play time, and he also wasn't really in the plans of Pep. He left. Got sold, won himself. Like, that's what Hakimi, if we win the Champions League this year, what would stop Achraf Hakimi from thinking, hey, Bayern would be a real balling team with Sane coming in, and he would want to come. People don't understand football sometimes the way maybe I'm too weird. Well, I don't understand the Indian the Indian stuff. So if you could type in English, please. Our left side next season would be illegal. Imagine Davies overlapping Sane. Davies is just there. Sane is just there. I'm gonna overlap you first. They're gonna overlap each other. Sane Upamecano would be the perfect transfer window, and Hakimi. Yeah, so I don't understand why people can't see what I'm seeing. Hakimi's not going to be a starter for Real Madrid. He's 21 years old, right? Zidane likes older players. I'm going to keep screaming it out. Zidane likes his older players. Bayern Munich will have the opportunity to sign Hakimi if we play our character right. If we tell Hakimi that he'll start every single game, you don't think he's going to want to play for the best clubs in the world. And also, God damn it, man. I need to relax. Maybe I like Achraf Hakimi too much. I just think he's a brilliant player. I think like Hakimi is literally one of the best right backs in the world. There's no questions or doubts. I think if you put Hakimi in Bayern in our team, with the way Hansi Flick plays football, we would look like the world class team we are. Hakimi would fit us exactly. You know, you see how Pavard always gets outpaced. Imagine Pavard. You know, he goes forward, but it looks like you need to build up to Pavard overlapping. He doesn't overlap with just pace. You know what I mean? I don't think you know. But when Pavard overlaps, right, he usually passes and lays off and runs in behind. When Hakimi and Davies overlap, it's just overlap, you know? He gets into space quickly. Pavard takes 5 years to get into a little pocket of space. Hakimi takes 1 second. Davies takes 1 second. That's what makes him so effective. And Hakimi can dribble, man. He can, you know, take the ball out of the back. If we have Hakimi and Davies, those are 2 outlets. Let's say we're getting pressed. Pass the ball to Davies. He can pass through 5 players. You know, he can use his silky feet, get through players, and get the ball forward, and it's a counterattack for us. Hakimi the same. So you need 2 players, like 2 fullbacks like that, man. That's how Trent Alexander-Arnold worked for Liverpool. You know, Liverpool might be under the cuffs. They send it to Trent. Trent just makes a brilliant pass, switches it over. It'd just be brilliant, man. Real Madrid are thinking for future squad. They want to be in transition, youth squad. What did I just say? Carvajal's 28. He's not 50. He's still in his prime. Zidane's not playing Hakimi over Carvajal. He would have to sell Carvajal. And Carvajal is a world-class right back. He's not going anywhere stupid. He's going to go to Juventus. You think Real Madrid would want to threaten you? Oh, my God. German and Spanish teams win against English teams. They only have much. Yeah, English teams are rich. Let's be honest. The Premier League is rich because of the overhypedness in the league. The reason why they have so much money in the league is because people spend money thinking it's competitive. It's that it is competitive in terms of different winners, but that doesn't mean it's actually good. You know what I mean? Like, how many Prem teams have won the Champions League 13 times like Real have? You know, 7 times like AC Milan have. It just doesn't happen. The only Prem team with, you know, Champions League pedigree is Liverpool. The next team is Man United with 3. It's just people got to stop with this Premier League thing. It's stupid to me. I don't like how they think because they watch the Premier League, it's the be all and end all of football. It's not. There's leagues with actual pedigree in them. Half the Premier League's good play. Actually, 90% of the best players in the Premier League aren't even freaking English. So if you're gonna rate a league by its, you have to rate them by the nationality as well. If the Premier League players aren't even freaking English, and don't piss me off, man. I'm getting pissed. I'm getting pissed. They aren't the best league. They only have much. Exactly, man. Good point. So, look, I shouted the stream out at 27 minutes. It's 40 minutes now. I usually do it. It's weird. 27 minutes and 40 minutes. I shout out the stream. So we are, the channel. I like the fact the goal I made this week, which I don't think we're gonna reach. It's Wednesday. I made it last week, Thursday. I said, you know what? It'd be sick to go from 200 to 300 subscribers. You know, it hasn't happened, but we went from 200 to, almost 240. So that's nice. If you can, share the stream out, with other Bayern fans, and, do whatever you can. It'd be nice to see us grow. It's just nice. I like seeing, just the channel grow. We deserve a platform for us fans, because I don't like watching these pundits talk. I like reading the comments instead. I'd rather read these comments than to watch Sky Sports pundits talk. To be fair, Pavard's balances that no, he doesn't. Davies is more attacking. Well, Davies is better defensively than Pavard. I'm arguing with you on that every day of the week. The amount of recoveries Davies gets, that's defending. The amount, just legit, the fact that a huge portion of our goals are conceded from our right hand side is very, very, very bad. Considering Pavard should be the better one defensive. He's not better at 1v1 than Davies. I trust Davies in a 1v1 more than I do Pavard. While Pavard stays back more often. Pavard doesn't also stay back more often. He actually moves forward, but he just passes back more often. Football isn't just about this, people think this balance doesn't work in football. That's not how it works. You can't have one player. You can't sacrifice something for another thing. Alaba and Philipp Lahm were a fullback pairing. There was people. I don't know. Why do people think one fullback has to be defending in the? No, we're Bayern Munich. We don't do this thing where one fullback. I just don't. I agree. Watching Bayern versus Chelsea with those, they're so biased, man. They think legit. I was watching the Leipzig game. I was rewatching the first half last night. Every second, Leipzig defends something. Here's what the English commentators say. Whoa, they're all over them. Tottenham are all over Leipzig, forcing them back, and they're defending. And then when Leipzig go attack Tottenham and almost score, they say, wow, Tottenham have done very well to defend here. These British commentators piss me off, man. English commentators. They piss me off. They don't know football like that. Yeah, God, I can't stand these commentators, bro. I can't. Abidal was less defensive, but he was better. But when you're gonna have that balance, at least have a good player. If you have Wan-Bissaka as your right back, and then you have Alphonso Davies as your left back, that's what I call balance. But Pavard's not great defensively, though. He's not some superb game reader. We still concede the large portion of our goals from our right-hand side. That is just facts. It's not... When you have Hakimi's better defensively than Pavard because he has the recovery pace. Koulibaly, look at Koulibaly. The difference between Koulibaly and just someone like and any other center back. I think Koulibaly is the best defensive center back. His recovery pace and his reading of the game and his tackling ability make him one of the most unstoppable. He plays in a worse defense and has the Van Dijk effect. Yeah, they say Sabitzer, like, oh my God, like, he's just so dead to me. Like, when Liverpool scored, why now, damn? I don't know. Why now, damn? Like, they shout it. And then, Llorente is another one. Morata Struz should be a goal. Oh, it's a goal. Like, they just don't do it, man. Premier League is not even that good. Premier League is a good league, but so is the Bundesliga. Ligue 1 has some real ballers. Why would they be Why do Premier League clubs like Liverpool always want to get players that aren't even English and also at the same time are abroad? Why do they want Werner if he's playing in a Farmers League? Is he not playing in a Farmers? I remember last time they said Why do they want players playing in the Farmers League if they call these leagues Farmers League? Why do they want these players? You know, why? Do they not understand that the team with the most Champions Leagues is a freaking Farmers League team called Real Madrid? Oh my God. Do they not realize that 90% of the best players of all time have never played in the Premier League? Did Hullet play in the Prem? No. But is he good? We know damn well he is. Did Gerd Muller? No. But we know damn. Did Franz Beckenbauer? Yes. No, he didn't play in the Premier League. There are so many players that haven't played in this dumb league, right? This overhyped crap league. It's a good league, but this crap overhypedness of the league. And they're world class. I'm pissed off every time I hear these words, man. English commentators like Barry Davies, Peter Brackley, and Gary Bloom were cool. Yeah, jeez. Miroslav, exactly. Is Miroslav Klose? Look at Mandzukic, man. This guy was one of the... People don't rate Mandzukic because he was tall, but he actually has some nice feet on him. Did he play in the Prem? No. It's just so annoying. I hate it. You know, did Zidane... But we know Zidane is a baller. We know these players because I didn't watch Zidane, but I know he's more of a baller than Steven Gerrard and all these players. Like, Ronaldinho didn't play in the Premier League, but I know he's a baller. They always talk about it like, oh, Messi's done it against the Premier League team, so he can do it in the Premier League. Shut up! Messi can do it in general, even if he didn't play in the Premier League, and even if he didn't play in the Champions League. If you see Lionel Messi doing it week in, week out, people in the Premier League, oh, the La Liga is just not physical enough. Do you think teams haven't thought, hey, this Messi's guy getting a lot of space, let's stick tighter to it? Have you thought to yourself, teams haven't thought that, but Messi's just too good? Thanks for putting the comments simultaneously. I didn't even read that first. Exactly. You know, this notion that because Messi has done it again in the Champions League against Prem teams, you know, means that definitely he can do it. No, he can do it in the Premier League regardless of if he's done it against Prem teams. What's up, Freeze? What's up? So yeah, this Sane thing, very, very happy to be linked with Leroy. Not linked, we're buying the guy. Let's be honest. If we don't sign Sane, we look like the littlest BITCH club in the world, right? We look like a little pack of we look like that. You know, we look like a bunch of kids, you know, that didn't get what they wanted. You know, it just wouldn't be it, man. I want Leroy Sane bad, and I think we need him. We don't want him, we need him now. We need a winger. English players who were success in Europe, you know, David Beckham, Sancho, that's 4 in 25 years. Even Sancho, you know, he hasn't become a world beater just yet, you know. The fact that Jadon Sancho, people tell me, the Bundesliga is a development league. No, that proves the stability of the league. It doesn't prove that the league is, oh my God. Why don't they just send all their young players over here in Germany then? This notion that the Bundesliga is the I can't stand that. That's the stupidest thing ever. That literally means the league's better than the Prem in terms of developing talent and also having talent. Wolfsburg developed Kevin De Bruyne into the player he is. Yeah, they want Werner and Havertz, but they forgot that they play in the Farmers League, as they call it, right? It doesn't make no damn sense to me. Why do you want Werner if he plays in the Farmers League? You know, has he done it in the Prem? No. Ugh. You made 2 transfers the last 2 days. Do you want to take over? I've literally signed 2 players, man. I'm legitimately our transfer guy. You know, I've done it. You know, so. Let's get to 20 likes. I know we have 17 people watching, but 20 likes would be amazing. So I'll start the wave. You know, I know we're 16 likes, but I'll just kick it off. If we can get to 20 likes, that would be amazing. And also share the stream. Man, it's kind of weird because I used to think, you know, shouting out yourself was weird. Now I think it's good. Serge Gnabry was a flop at Arsenal, then he signed for West Brom. Look at him now. Exactly, slapping up London teams, right? Because they didn't have the stability. Premier League clubs don't have the stability the Bundesliga clubs do to develop young players to world beaters. They don't. Toni Kroos would not have been the player he is if he went to freaking Arsenal. They always hype these players too, like Declan Rice. They act like Declan Rice. They act like freaking Declan Rice is Sergio Busquets, man. They act like that. They think he's Busquets. But it's because they don't watch Busquets play. If they watch Busquets play, they would think Declan Rice is crap. The Prem is poor at developing players. It's poor at... Why do you think Cristiano was like, nah, I'm done with this. I'm going to a real man league. Because he would be remembered in history. Declan Rice is supposed to be the Goretzka. He ain't Goretzka though. Like, Declan Rice ain't. These talents, man. These British players. I've heard of so many players that are supposed to be the next this. They're supposed to be this good. And look at that guy. Who's that guy from Arsenal? That used to play for Arsenal. There was a time where Danny Drinkwater was supposed to be some brilliant player. These Prem things, they overhype everything, man. It pisses me off. And then you have these, us Bundesliga fans and fans of that watch actual football. We just see for what it... Wilshere, thanks. Wilshere was supposed to be like some world-class, world best player of all time type player. Pep Guardiola said, I have only 1 million Jack Wilsheres in the academy. He meant that, man. Pep meant that crap. He meant what he said. He knew there's all these Jack Wilshere. The next Iniesta. Like, they think Phil Foden is Andreas Iniesta. Do you watch Iniesta play, man? Did you watch Iniesta play? Do you think Phil Foden is freaking Iniesta? Shut up! Don't ever tell me Phil Foden is Andreas Iniesta, man. These players are like Chinese. They don't last for years. They expire. Yep. I'm pissed off now. Just thinking about... Phil Foden is Iniesta! Don't tell me that! Don't ever tell me that! Iniesta is a legend of the game! You're telling me this freaking 18-year-old English kid is Andreas freaking Iniesta! Okay. Alright, cool. I'm done with this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Mia san mia and peace.